Recording in progress.
So we then needed to go from the Texas border and our ice cream and dinner and a nice hotel or motel, I guess it was, home. And home at that point meant Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Ardith's parents lived there. My father lived nearby. We had grown up in Bethlehem. And we wanted to visit our family before I started my residency at University Hospitals in Cleveland. So the idea was that we would spend a week or two around the Bethlehem area, visiting family and friends, and then drive out to Cleveland, find a place to live. I think my aunt and uncle actually had found us a place at that point. Move in, get our stuff out of storage. The Peace Corps had stored it for us. Collect the stuff that they had shipped home from La Paz, and set up housekeeping. Well, I began my internal medicine residency at University Hospitals. That would have been in July of 1969, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I had a job teaching at a high school. My prior jobs were teaching at junior high school, but this was high school in East Cleveland, which is at that time a changing neighborhood. And so it was somewhat of a tough area.
It's a challenge, yeah. Several things happened to us while we were in Bethlehem. My father and stepmother arranged for a family reunion. We'd never had anything like that before in the Keck family. So they were very gracious and welcomed us home by inviting my aunts and uncles and Ardith's parents to come to the house for a sort of a welcome home party. It was a very pretty, when the day this happened, it was a very pretty day in June. Lovely day in sort of late spring, I guess it was, because my residency began in July.
June, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it was June that we were there. Yeah, we left La Paz 1st of April and had to be in Cleveland the 1st of July. So we'd been on the road for 10 weeks. And that was interesting for me because it brought together people, some of whom I barely knew. One of my cousins' husbands, for example. It brought together my father and his siblings, his twin sister, and his other two sisters, their husbands, and some of their kids. Not all the kids made it.
Who would have been Bill's cousins.
Cousins, yeah. So a few of my cousins were there. That was kind of fun. We have some very nice pictures from that event. Staged in the backyard of the house my father lived in, where he also had his medical office. The house I had lived in through the last year and a half of high school, and it's where he lived during college. He and my mother bought it when he decided to leave Lehigh University and go back into private practice, a big decision on their part while I was in high school. And I think we talked a little bit about that before. It left, so my mother was there, although she died maybe 3 or 4 years after the move. And while we were gone, my father remarried. We had met his new wife when they came to La Paz on a vacation trip while we were there.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me hold here for just a second.